So today I wanted to discuss some content I heard in a podcast clip from Jocko Willink. Now, if you're not familiar with Jocko, he is an ex-Navy SEAL. He was a commander. He's also a consultant now to corporations. He's an expert on leadership, and he does a podcast. And many of his clips are available. He's a motivational person. And so I was watching one of his clips, and it was interesting. There were parts of this of which I strongly agreed, and then which I disagreed. And so I just wanted to comment on that. But full disclosure, for the most part, when I listen to him, he is spot on, or at least I agree with the majority of the things he says. The reason I'm doing this is because this is one instance which I disagreed, and so I wanted to bring to attention because I think the points he makes are kind of popular out there. So let's get into what he said, and then let me make some comments on that.
I don't really like those words, self-help or self-management or self-improvement. I don't really like what those words have come to mean these days. Because there's a lot of people out there that are constantly trying to improve themselves by looking for the one change. The one change, right? The one change in their life that's going to make their dreams come true.
Now, here's a little point that I think he's making. He's not so much criticizing people wanting to improve themselves. What he's saying is that he doesn't believe that there's this one magic bullet or one door that you can open that allows you to improve yourself. I think that's where his criticism, you can almost hear a sarcasm coming out with regards to how he feels about this.
And even worse, on top of that, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of self-help gurus and these hyperactive motivational speakers and these other self-appointed modern Zen yoga warriors that they're trying to sell the one thing. They're trying to sell the 9 steps or the enlightened path that's going to allow you to unlock all of your human potential.
You can hear the derision in his voice. He does not like people who state that they have an answer or a possible solution, particularly if that solution deals with one thing, one magic pill, and he feels that these people are charlatans that are making money off these people's desires to want to improve themselves. And you can tell he has contempt for this.
And fulfill the dreams so you can live the life that you've always wanted to live. Now, I'm no guru.
Now, it's interesting he says this. He brings up the fact that these gurus, these people who are self-help, and are trying to sell the one thing to help other people improve their lives, he has disdain and contempt for them. And so the first thing he says is, I'm no guru. I'm not one of those, even though he has a podcast and he actually, I think, believes he makes his money now, his living off helping people by giving them motivation and advice and so forth. So he immediately disqualifies himself as part of that group.
And I definitely don't claim to be.
But what we're going to see here is he's going to now give you the answers on how to actually achieve that life that you've always wanted to live for yourself.
I'm just a man. But I will tell you this. It isn't one thing. And it isn't 10 things, and it isn't 100 things. It isn't a quick path, and there are no shortcuts. Meditation won't get you there, and neither will a miracle drug or an organic supplement or some superfood.
Now, I think what's interesting is that he is now saying that these things won't get you there, and yet he has no idea where you want to go, where your there is. But he, I'm assuming speaking from himself, that these weren't things that were going to get him to where he wanted to be. And yet he's whole-handedly dismissing them as these are not things that can actually open up doors for you.
Getting better isn't a hack or a trick or a one change that you need to make.
Let's listen to what he said there. I agree with the sentiment. The sentiment is that there is no magic pill, okay? But I believe he says, isn't one thing you can do?
Change that you need to make.
Let me hear that again.
Getting better isn't a hack or a trick or a one change that you need to make.
Now, I understand what he's saying is saying one change, that you do it one time and it's over. So I agree with him on that as well.
Getting better is a campaign. It's a campaign. It's a daily, a weekly, it's an hourly fight.
I agree with Jocko. It is a campaign. A campaign simply meaning that it's a long-term venture. It is an investment in a long-term gain. However, he's a Navy SEAL. Listen to what he just said there. His metaphors are, it's a fight. It's a minute-to-minute fight, which he succeeded at. That was his strong wheelhouse. And so that is how he interprets what success means and how you accomplish it. Let's hear that again.
It's a campaign. It's a daily, a weekly, it's an hourly fight. An incessant fight that doesn't stop against weakness and against temptation and against laziness. It's a campaign of discipline. It's a campaign of hard work and dedication. It's waking up early and going to bed late and grinding out every second in between.
All right. Come on. The only way that you can have your dreams, the only way you can succeed and find happiness and success in this life is if you grind it out every single minute of every single day. That's such alpha male energy bullshit. I understand why he says this. I understand that that is him. That is the brand he exudes. He is the Navy SEAL that fights. But this advice is so, why would anybody go after their dream if all you do for the rest of your life is fight every single minute of your life for the happiness that you desire?
Every single day.
There is no end. There is no happiness to be found. You have to fight for it.
So, you want to get better? You want to self-improve? Stop looking for a shortcut.
Okay, now this is the interesting part. This is where he tells you what to do. He's not going to give you the one thing. He's not going to say it's meditation. He's not going to say it's superfoods or it's this or it's that. But here is where he tells you what it is.
And go find your alarm clock. And find your discipline.
Find your discipline. That's where it's at. Find your discipline.
And find your guts and your passion and your drive and find your will.
Okay, so his advice is what he wants you to do is he wants you to find your discipline and your guts and your passion and your will. If you can do those, then you will succeed.
And then you will find your freedom.
All right. So again, where I have problems with what he's saying is he's tearing down all of these other solutions that people are giving you, actual things that you can do, legitimate things you can try. I can teach you how to meditate. I can teach you how to exercise. I can teach you these one things. I can teach you or give you a diet, a prescribed diet. He says that's all bullshit. What you need is you need to find your discipline. You need to find your passion. You need to find your guts. You need to find your honor, your courage, your dedication. All these abstract things that, how the hell am I going to show you how to find those things? How the hell is any guru going to be able to show you where your passion is, where your discipline is hiding? Well, I'm here to tell you that I can help you find that. Because your passion, your discipline, your guts, your honor, your courage, all of this stuff he's saying is within your belief system. It's beliefs. So he's telling you that nobody else can do this, but he can, and he's telling you where to find it, although he's telling you nothing. He's telling you, go find it. That's his advice. Go find it. I can't tell you how. I can't tell you what to look for. I can't tell you what questions to ask yourself. All I can tell you is you got to have these things. These are the manly alpha male things that you need to grab by the horns and take it to the end, cross the finish line, day by day, fighting it out inch by inch, minute by minute. Come on, man. You know, I love these podcasts. I love Navy SEALs. They inspire me. I could never be a Navy SEAL, and that's part of their like this kind of hero sense, right? This superhuman abilities. But this, as an average man or a woman, advice, counsel to tell you how to improve your life, how you become happier, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. So, here is what I'm going to tell you. I'm not the answer to all your problems, but I do know where to look. And you look within your belief system, within the conclusions of your mind. Why don't you believe that you can do it? Why do you believe that resting on the couch is better than going to exercise? Why do you believe staying in this job is better than starting your own company? The answers are within your belief system, not hiding under a rock, not some fight club type mentality you have to take on. They're programming that is inside your mind. And your beliefs are the one thing that can change all this. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about this today and let you know that your future, your success, your happiness is not a daily, minute-by-minute fight. It's simply a change within your belief system that you can accommodate. It might not be overnight, but it could be. Think of this. How much would change in your life if you were to see a doctor and he were to say, you only have 6 months to live? Would change happen like that? Yes, it can happen like that because your belief, your understanding, your conclusion of how long you have to live has completely changed now, and it has a higher degree of certainty. And so everything else changes. You change your beliefs, you change the things you do, you change your destiny, you change your outcomes. This is Stephen Carr, Belief Strategist, Belief Force. Have a great day.